Coach Misty, and we are here today to talk about how to become an author in 6 weeks. All right. If you don't know, I have published multiple books, but I'm most known for my short stories about my dating life, right? Good Morning Sunshine. And like a lot of you all, I have stories I'm like, somebody needs to know. So a lot of you all know me for Good Morning Sunshine Volume 1, Good Morning Sunshine Volume 2, Volume 3 is dropping soon. When I tell you that I wrote this book in less than a month, this book took about 4 to 5 weeks, no more than five. I'm talking about from concept to finish to a finished product. And I self published my own books. When I tell you this book was published for under $300, right? This book was published under $300. I have made almost $6,000 from selling this book, and I don't actively sell them. So since I published this book, I've made over $6,000 from this one book alone. It took only $300 in time to write it, right? $300 to make this a reality, and 6,000. And I'm not actively marketing the book. This book has made even more than 6 grand, right? And guess what? People are excited and delighted and ready for book three. So, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the 6 weeks to self publishing boot camp that actually starts on Monday, the 28th. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you guys. Not Baby J's trying to come into the party. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you guys to the boot camp, tell you what it's about, and see if you have any questions. Okay. All right. Now, we're going to talk about right now what you're going to learn in the course. That course starts on the 28th of April, right? Is our first day. And I'm going to get into it. So, good morning, good afternoon, good night. How are you guys doing? Y'all, today is big. I am enrolling 31 people into my 6 week to self publishing boot camp. We only got 31 spots, right? And the clock is ticking because this opportunity is only open for the next 7 days. Okay, the next 7 days, right? So if you've ever said, I want to write a book and have no idea where to start, this live is for you. All right. So, what I want you to do is stay with me for the next few minutes because I'm about to show you how you can go from an idea in your head to a published book in just 6 weeks. All right. So, I am enrolling only 31 people. And to be honest with y'all, that number is slightly down. So, it's about 25. I want to say I know at least 25 spots left. It might be less than that. So, I'm enrolling 25 people. The question is, are you one of them? Right. So, I want you to comment in the list at any time during this presentation. If you feel like it's time for you to write your book and get your story out, I want you to put in the comments the word book. All right, the word book. So let me tell you about. I know a lot of people do boot camps about how to write a book and how to make journals and how to blah blah blah. But let me tell you why this boot camp is different. All right, so here's the deal. You've probably seen courses out here that charge you thousands of dollars just to confuse you, right? Okay, I know y'all do. So we got one purpose driven said, I'm ready to write my book. Now, here's the deal. My boot camp is built to be simple, powerful, and done with you, not just a bunch of videos that you never watch. So this boot camp is actually live boot camp. It's done with you. All right. So every week you will meet with me live and get step-by-step instructions and real-time coaching to move your book forward. All right. So that's number one. This is a live boot camp. This is just not me putting out videos. Now, I do have other classes where I have videos and it's kind of do it yourself, but this is a live boot camp because I want to hold you guys accountable, right? We're holding you guys accountable. All right, let's talk about the week by week breakdown. All right, so week one is going to be clarity and structure when you are writing your book, clarity and structure. Now, outside of my novels, I also make workbooks, I create whole courses, I create workbooks. I have journal prompts. I make all kind of books, y'all. I make self-help books, business books. I created a 12-week program called Business Bay with the workbook to match, right? And listen, once you create a book, it can sell forever. This is something that your children can pick up and like, yo, my mom or my grandmother or my aunt or whoever did this. This book can sell forever. I'm also going to teach you how to copyright your work as well. But let's get into it. Week one is clarity and structure, right? So here's the deal. You cannot write a good book without a good plan. So in week one, I help you get crystal clear on what you're writing, why you're writing it, and who your audience is. I don't care whatever it is that you're selling, whether it's a book, a pair of shoes, t-shirts, whatever it is, you need to know why you're doing something, what you're doing, why you're doing it, and who you're going to sell it to. A lot of you guys have great ideas, You just don't know who to sell it to, right? So during week one, we're going to build your outline so you never get stuck staring at a blank page. Okay. Just like when I write my stories, I first write the major points in the story. When I wrote the story about Johnny, here's Johnny, about Johnny crazy ass for my last book, I wrote about how I met him, how he we were supposed to meet at the laundromat. He ghosted me. He then made a second dating profile, changed, gave me a different number, scheduled a date with me, realizing I didn't know who he was, took me on the date. Wasn't until he got to my house and I asked him about his other phone number that he had to come clean and say, "Hey, I'm the guy that ghosted you a couple months ago." Then listen, I wrote all this out first. It was like bullet, it was like highlight, I bullet points so I wouldn't get lost in the story, right? Then I talked about how I tried to date him, give him a second chance, how he showed up at my house drunk, losing his mind, how I then decided not to date him, but I still wanted to help him with his logistics business. And that's when he said we went together real bad. Then I talk about the night that I ran out on him at the hotel, Tina Turner style. You see what I'm saying? Now, that was his whole short story in just boom, a couple seconds. However, I fill in the blanks, right? I'm gonna teach you all descriptive writing. I'm going to, for instance, if I flip through this page, right? Listen, if I flip to this page, I just flipped to page 97. I just picked one page out my book. Listen, I walked out of my place, cool, calm, and collected. But once I hit the hallway, I was in a mad dash to Cookies. The elevator couldn't come quick enough. I had text Cookie to notify him that I was en route. Cookie had left his door unlocked, expecting my arrival. As soon as I walked into Cookie's place, he grabbed me by my waist and pulled me close. Now, you don't know what this book is about. You don't know. If you've never heard me read this book and you don't own my book, you don't know what I'm talking about. But how many people was there? When I just opened up a page and said I walked out my place, cool, calm, and collected. And once I hit the hallway, I was in a mad dash to Cookies. The elevator couldn't come quick enough. How many people was there? Like, oh shit, what's about to happen? How many of y'all was like, oh, who is Cookie? Right? And as I walked into Cookie's place, he grabbed me by my waist and pulled me close. I leaned back in Cookie's arm, allowing him to kiss my neck and chest. I could feel Cookie's man. We're not gonna talk about that. It's during the daytime. But how many people were instantly pulled in? Instantly pulled in. Huh? How many people was like, ooh, who Cookie? What happened? Keep reading. If you were instantly pulled in by just that little block, let me know. She said me, and I want to know who Cookie is and what happened, and you could feel his what, and he had on gray joggers. How many people could actually see it in their mind, whether you was trying to or not? How many people could actually see what was happening in their mind? This is how you write a book. This ain't Chat GPT. This ain't Chat GPT, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you write a book. Okay, instantly pulled in, huh? Listen, Cookie grabbed my ass and squeezed as his life depended on it. There was no use denying that I missed his dirty drawers, but it had been a month since we had seen each other, and I literally had another man at my house. Huh? I can tell by this time Cookie was fully, you know what, and he definitely wanted more. He spun me around, bent me over his couch, lifting up my dress. I'm gonna go ahead and close the book because this is a daytime, this is a family show. But that ain't Chat GPT, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we doing here. What we how we moving. That's what this is. All right. So, but it started with an outline. I just didn't sit down and just get to typing. I had an outline of what happened. This in that story. I'm talking about how I hadn't seen Cookie for a while, and I decided to date another gentleman, and how the gentleman was at my house, and I saw Cookie for the first time for a long time in the elevator. And Cookie wanted to see me, and I wanted to see him, but I had another dude at my house, so I had to write like, "Hey, Dorian's visit." Under Dorian's visit, I put, "Hey, Dorian was getting on my nerves." And here's the deal: some of the things that we write down in the structure, that they won't be word for word, but we're getting the gist. We're putting the outlines of how the story is going to go. So that's what we do for week one. And understand the system that I teach you, you will use this to write any other book you want to moving forward. Once you learn this system and once you get this system down pat, you can write whatever it is you want to, even if it's a children's book, a self-help book, whatever it is. We're going to create an outline first, right? Week two is a writing system. Week two is about execution. I'll show you writing hacks that help you finish your first draft without feeling overwhelmed. All right. I'd like the 10-minute rule, and we'll talk about that when we get there. The 10-minute rule. You'll know exactly how many words a day that you need, and you'll have writing sprints with me cheering you on. Guys, we will log in and write together. During week 2, we will have a study hall where you can log in, cut your you can cut your phone off. I mean, not your phone off, cut your mic off, cut your camera off if you want to, and we will have writing sprints. But what everybody is doing is writing. All right. Week 3 is called editing and prep. Now we're going to clean it up, right? I will teach you basic self-editing systems so your manuscript is ready for the world. You'll also learn what to fix, what to leave, and how to polish it up for the readers. I want to teach you how to write in your authentic voice, right? If you learn how to write in your authentic voice, I write the way I talk. And that way, when I read my books, flipping to another page, listen, flipping to another page, page 153, it says, the nosy bitch said, give me one reason why I shouldn't tell Robin. And I said, do what you want to do. However, don't be surprised when you're pulled for a random drug test. I know how you spend your lunch breaks as well. No amount of cheap perfume can never cover up that apparent, you know what smell. The nosy bitch said, okay, I see your point, but I need you to do me a favor. I said, what? She said, give me a date with Chase. I said, excuse me? She said, you heard me. Get me a date with Chase. Shit, we can all share. Huh? Y'all like, who is a nosy bitch and who is Chase? I write in my authentic voice. Okay? Authenticity sells, right? So when I do when I do sit down and do my audio book, guess what? You know why people love when I read my book? Because they hear it. They it's me. It's me reading this to them, right? It's how I talk. So it's easy to write about how I talk. It's easy to get into it. When you write in your authentic voice, you can see it playing out in your mind. When you write in your authentic voice, and it's easier to just go ahead and get right into it. I'm gonna say this to say that. I do encourage you to write your story out before you type it out. I do encourage you to write your story out before you type it out. I'm old school. I just want to let y'all know that, right? Okay, so week 3 is about editing and prep, right? Now, again, if you are listening and you are interested in becoming an author, I want you to type the word book, comment the word book in the comments. If you're interested in becoming an author, go ahead and put the word book in the comments, okay? All right. So, week 4, self publishing 101. Now, this is where it gets real. I'm going to show you exactly how to publish your book for Kindle, paperback, and even hardcover if you want, right? Well, I'm going to show you how to do Kindle, paperback, and hardcover. You will learn about the ISBNs, copyright protection, and uploading your manuscript like a professional. All right. Week 5 is formatting. Presentation matters. In week 5, you'll learn how to format your book the right way. No weird margins, bad fonts, or rookie mistakes. We'll talk cover design, title setup, interior layout, and yes, I'll give you templates too during week 5. I'm also going to give you my vendors. Now, I created my book cover for book 3, I created it myself. However, I have vendors. This book cover, I found the picture. This book cover, I found the picture for this book and I gave it to the guy who does my cover. This one, I told him the concept of what I wanted, right? Because it said Good Morning Sunshine, the diary of a serial dater. Guess what? Who you think the serial dater is? When looking at this book, it says Good Morning Sunshine, the diary of a serial dater. You automatically think that the serial dater is who? The man. No, the serial dater is me, baby. All right, guys, we need 17 people. We have a flash goal. I need 17 people to click this heart right here above my head. Click that heart. Thank you. All right. And then week 6 is launching and marketing. So it's not enough just to write a book. You want people to buy it, correct? So I'm going to teach you the launch basics, how to announce your book, how to promote it, and how to get reviews that boost your sales. All right. So that is what week 1 through 6, real quick. Week 1 is clarity and structure. Week 2 is writing systems. Week 3 is editing and prep. Week 4 is self publishing 101. Week 5 is formatting. And week 6 is launching and marketing. And don't worry, I'm going to do a couple more intro classes like this just to go ahead and get the ball rolling. Just get you, you can think about some questions you want to ask me before you sign up for a class. And shout out to the people who already signed up. They're like, yeah, I'm ready to get my story out there and I'm ready to make some money. All right, y'all. Let's talk about the tools and the support you're going to get, right? So I want to say this to say that you are not writing this book alone. And I help people ghostwrite. You are not writing this book alone. You will have a class of people here to help you. You will have a coach here to help you. All right, listen, you'll get templates for your outline. I'm gonna give you cheat sheets for your publishing process, formatting guides, and you'll have live Q&A sessions every single week. My first book, it only took me 2 weeks to write the first book, and the second book, it took me somewhere somewhere about 4.5 weeks. That's it. All right. So here's the deal. For the first 10 people to enroll today, you'll have a private one-on-one strategy call with me. In that call, we're going to map out your unique publishing game plan so that you can move even faster through the course. All right. So there's an enrollment link in my bio. Go to iamcoachmisty.com and click on Become an Author in 6 weeks, or How to Write Your Own Book in 6 weeks, and go ahead and sign up. Right. So here's the deal. Some of you guys are like, well, I don't know. I've been writing a book, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to say this to say that. You do not have to be a perfect writer to publish a powerful book. That's number one. You don't. The more you write, the better you will get. Number two. So hold on, y'all. I know you lying. We need more than two people. Stop playing with me. Yeah, I need 15 of y'all to click this heart right here above my head. We have a flash goal going on. Number two, listen, you don't have to have thousands of dollars to publish your story. Again, my first book cost me $300. The second book might have been a little closer to four, right? But I have made 10 times, 10 times that amount of money. And guess what? Once it's out, it's out. That's it. The most I do now is just autograph books and mail them out. Right? Listen, you don't even have to know all of the tech involved. You just have to be willing to show up to do the work and trust the process. That's it. I'm not asking you to download no type of app that help you become an author. I'm not asking you to use Chat GPT. I'm not asking you now. All you gotta do is show up, have an idea, and be coachable. All right. Because here's the deal. Somebody's breakthrough is locked up in the book that you are too scared to start. I'm saying it again. Somebody's breakthrough is locked up in the book that you are too scared to start. If God gave you the story, He's going to give you the strategy. You just need the support. And that's what this boot camp is. Right? So I'm not gonna hold y'all long because we're gonna come back and do I'm gonna do credit bay again at 7. But if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. I had a lady text me today. If you're on my text message list, the text messages went out and I was telling people like, hey, go ahead and come on and sign up, get in the course. And this lady was like, oh my God, that's crazy. I was just thinking about a book, writing a book. And then here you come sending this message, right? So if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. I'm only enrolling 25 more students. And when those seats are gone, they are gone. Now, some people are like, oh, I'm going to catch her next time. I am not going to present this class next time. Hold on, y'all. I knew that was going to happen. 1 second. No, talk to him later. Hmm. All right, y'all. So, what questions do you all have about writing the book? What questions do you all have? Nobody have a question about writing a book? Everybody write everybody is an author. Everybody ready to write a book? Because if so, that's fine. That's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live right here. And we're gonna go ahead and post this. My question is, how can I interview you for Audacity in May? Yeah, you need to come on and let me know when you want to interview me because my schedule is getting a bit tight in May. It's getting a little crazy in May. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I definitely, yeah, but please let me know when you're talking about because it's getting a little weird now with my schedule. I've had some other podcast opportunities come about too. Anybody else have any questions? No? All right. Well, come back and join me in about, if you are in the manifestation certification class, we're going to log in about 10 minutes to Zoom. Come back and join me at 7 o'clock. We're going to do Credit Bay all over again. And I will see you guys then. Okay. All right, y'all. Make sure you go click the link in my bio if you would like to go ahead and sign up for this class. We will officially start on the 28th, and I will give you more tidbits and tricks as the week goes on. All right. All right, y'all.